Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today as we get into video number 2 out of 2. If you didn't watch video number 1 earlier on, what are you doing? Are you in a cave? Well, if you are in a cave, I'm here to pull you out. Go and watch video number 1 right here. You can catch it if you haven't seen it already, and if you have, well, welcome to video number 2. Like I said in video number 1, things get heated in the second part of the day. So we are here and it's all kicking off. We're about to get into it, but before we do, make sure that you are hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified once I have uploaded. Make sure you're doing that to catch all the uploads as they come. Hit the like button if you do enjoy this. Let's get cracking. Let's get cracking. Sound like Phil Mitchell. Yeah. For those that don't know Phil Mitchell, go and look at Phil Mitchell and listen to how he speaks. Right, Chelsea need Phil Mitchell. That's what they need. After what we've seen tonight, what's going on? What's going on? Well, let's get right into it. Let's start off. Latest from David Ornstein. Right, here it is. Is it a dagger? Perhaps. Check this out. Chelsea willing to let Armando Broja leave on a permanent if a suitable offer is received. Interest from multiple clubs including Fulham, West Ham and Wolves, not contingent on Chelsea signing replacement. Plus Nkunku expected back soon. This one has me, well, I was going to say baffled, but I'm not baffled. Let's be honest, we're not confused here. We know exactly what's going on. Pure profit. That's all it is. Pure profit. Pure profit. I'm going to show you what Ben Jacobs had to say because there's more. And then we're going to get into the detail on how I see the situation. Let's get into it. Chelsea will consider an Armando Broja sell, as David Ornstein reported. Fulham interest is serious. Wolves would still prefer a loan. West Ham can't be discounted due to historical interest. Sources indicate Chelsea value Broja at £35 million plus. Interesting, right? Interesting. Now, there's two sides to this coin. The first side is, how are we looking to let go of Armando Broja without signing a replacement? Forget replacement because it won't be a replacement. How are we looking to get rid of Broja without signing a striker? End of. In the short term, at least. I know in the summer, Osimhen, Ivan Toney will come to him shortly and all of that, right? Fair. But from now until the end of the season, or at least this January window, if he does go, this window, and Jackson's still away with Senegal, tell me, who's playing up front? Chilwell. Are we going to play false nines? Have you seen our fixture list? Listen, let's have a look at our fixture list and let's see exactly when is it that... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to get it up on here. I'm going to get it up on here. When Jackson comes back, I think he's to miss, if I'm not mistaken, the Liverpool game and I think there's 3 Premier League games. Right. So... we got Middlesbrough next. Cool. Broja will be there for that. I'll be shocked if he's not. Coming towards the end of the window. Chelsea, Aston Villa, 26th of Jan. He might be there for that. He might not. If he's not, 1st of February, Broja's probably gone if we do sell him. Liverpool, Anfield. Great. Who's playing up top? 4th of February, Chelsea, Wolves. Oh, great. Broja might play against us. 13th of Feb, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Chelsea. Nicholas Jackson would have, if they did make the final and played the final, then he probably would have just only come back and won't be playing immediately, I don't think, because the tournament is going to take a lot out of players, you best believe. So the game that he probably makes his way back in, if that is 4 days later, February 17th, Manchester City at the Etihad. Talk about pressure. You know... and then we've got to play Tottenham and Brentford and all that. But Jackson will be the only striker that we have in the squad. Is that safe? That's not safe enough, man. We've already established we need a short-term option here. Or we just keep our strikers. But, like I said, that's one side of the coin. What's the other side of the coin? Shout out Miz. I'm obviously plugging his channel here. The other side of the coin. Go and check him out. But what is the other side of the coin? Well, it's this. Check this out from Matt Law. Chelsea value Armando Broja at around £50 million. At that point, I'm sorry, we got to be real. We got to be honest, yeah. If a team comes in and pays 50 million for Armando Broja, how are you saying no? You can't say no. If it's 50 million for Broja, you have to say yes. So that's the other side of the coin. I want us to keep our strikers, but not just that. If we are going to entertain Broja leaving, cool. Go and get a short-term option. Go and get that done. Don't leave us stranded, even with money. Like, what are we going to do with that money? Spend it. Do you know what I mean? But the problem that we have here is that the club are so focused on trying to balance books and FFP and pure profit and all this. On the business side of things, trust me, they know exactly what they're doing in terms of balancing finances, not a problem. But in terms of what the team is actually screaming for, it's hard to trust them to run a bath. So there has to be a balance here. Cool. Even if it's going to be a loan or a cheap something, we need a short-term option. I reckon if we were to let go of Broja, we can't just go for the rest of the season on one striker. It's suicide. What, we're trying to get a European spot. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Simple. Unless if you have everything in place that's going to give you a chance of getting that. So let me know your thoughts down below in relation to this. Like I said, I wouldn't be against selling him for 50 million. Bloody hell, who wouldn't? But don't leave the team stranded. You know, that's the moral of the story here. Now, talking about strikers, Ivan Toney decided to speak. Yesterday, we had Osimhen speak. Today, we've got Ivan Toney speaking. As of today, he is a free man, as he put it in his words. He is now ready to play. He's free to play. He can, if there was a Premier League game tomorrow, he would be free to play it. His ban is over. He has come back, and he had words to say. So here's what he had to say. Ivan Toney on his future. It's obvious I want to play for a top club and fight for titles. Yes. If a club was to pay the right money, then who knows? January or whenever is the right time. I'll be ready. I want to enjoy and play now. This has kind of been misconstrued as like a come and get me. That's not the case. If you actually watch the interview, he's basically saying, I'm going to focus on my football. If something were to happen behind the scenes and someone comes in with the money and it's done, then I'm happy if it's going to be if I'm here at Brentford for the rest of the season or if I'm leaving now and I'm playing for a top club that's fighting for titles. He's not bothered, right? There's nothing wrong with that. From a player perspective, of course, there's nothing wrong with that. I expect him to stay at Brentford for the rest of the season, and there is a case of him, you know, repaying Brentford back for what they did in terms of the whole ban, and they've stuck by him and all of that. But he's made it clear that if Brentford decided to sell, then what's he going to do? Fight that? No, he's going to go to a top club. Happy days. So that will come, I think, more than likely in the summer. But what he has said has kind of left the door open for other clubs to now go, do we have to pay the money now? Can we get him now? If Brentford are going to be interested, then Toney has made it basically open that I'm open. If they're cool with it, I'm cool with it, basically. So it's a good way to let everyone know in terms of clubs that might be interested that come and talk to the club. I'm ready. I'm here. I'm waiting. So let's see what happens with Ivan Toney and who's actually going to be the ones to move. Arsenal or Chelsea? We'll see. Now, talking about Chelsea's matters, here's the latest on Trevor Chalobah. Fulham want Trevor Chalobah. There are talks and ideas about a 6-month loan with an option to buy. I feel weird with the whole Chalobah situation, you know, because I've got a feeling. Let me know if you agree or disagree here. I'm just giving you my own opinion here. I reckon if we play him, he does a decent job. We're seeing the performances that we've seen from like Disasi, Badiashile, even at times Thiago Silva, but he's 40 years old. I don't blame him, but he's still reliable. When you're looking at, you know, Levi Colwell at left back and whatnot, I reckon you stick Chalobah in somewhere, and I reckon he gives you a shift. So selling him is just, well, like I said, I'm not surprised. It's pure profit. This is the story. This is the scenario. We're just getting rid of everyone that's pure profit. You were made at Cobham. Fantastic, mate. You're getting sold. See you later. That's basically what's happening. Chalobah is obviously going to fall into that bracket. 6-month loan with an option to buy. It's true that he hasn't played, so it would be beneficial in order for him to play in order to increase the value. That would be nice. But yeah, option to buy basically means that there's a chance he comes back. We've got to think about this properly. Like, are you looking to just get him to go and play football elsewhere and then sell him? or are you looking to sell him now? One way or another, you're going to have to sell him. You're after pure profit. Well, you best get as much profit as you want. That's basically, that's what the aim is. So, let's see how this one's going to be done. But Trevor Chalobah wanted by Fulham. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I do think that logistically, it's a nice move because it's just down the road. Fulham are literally down the road. So, you know what? It wouldn't change much for him. In terms of stability, I think it would be pretty cool. And he gets to play with Willian. That's nice. They never played together. Or did they? Did they under Conte? When did Trevor... Because I know William played with Nathaniel Chalobah, Trev's brother, his big brother. I don't know if Trev played with William. I don't think so. No, he didn't. He didn't. Because Frank Lampard gave Chalobah his debut, didn't he? William was gone by then? I'm struggling to remember it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. I want to show you something. This is just an opinion piece that I thought we might as well stick in here because this is interesting. I want to know what you think. So, check this out. This has come from Shaji, who's a Chelsea fan, attends Chelsea games. He's based out of Saudi Arabia, but we've seen him attend many Chelsea matches this season and beyond. He's currently met Maurizio Sarri and said, I told him that thanks Maurizio for 2019, and he told me that he wants to come back. He met Sarri today, as Sarri is obviously with Lazio, and they took a picture, him wearing the Chelsea top, happy days. I got to be honest with you. I would take Maurizio Sarri. I know I've advocated for Mourinho and all of that. Absolutely, I want a top manager in, right? But I think, you know what? I think in terms of what this team needs, why I advocate for Mourinho as well. This team needs someone that has come with tactical expertise, someone that is fully about, I'm going to implement a system, whether it's defensive or offensive or whatever, but it's a system. This is how we're doing it. This is the instruction. This is what we're going to execute. Pochettino doesn't have that. We've already established that's not the case, right? He's purely on arm round shoulder vibes. We're all mates. Go on, lads. And they have a good relationship, but that's about it. Sarri is a full-on tactical coach, right? We've seen what he's done before. He has a system, and a good one, I would say. It's just about executing it correctly. A team that can execute Sarri ball to its max, it's hard to stop, but it's difficult to implement. It's difficult to execute. It's not easy, right? And we saw with us and how long it took for us to start to adapt to it. Only at the end of the season, we really started to start clicking, right? But with young players that we've got who are technical players, maybe it's easier. So, Sarri, with this Chelsea team, I think could do quite well. And you know what? I also think that the fact, because many people are worried about Stamford Bridge and the fan base. You know what? After what we've been through, because when we brought in Sarri the first time, right? When he came in the first time, let's be honest, we were on a high. We'd won the Premier League. We'd won the FA Cup. We were still in the mindset of winning trophies every single season. Like, listen, you've got to be creme de la creme. If not, mate, you're out. And even then, despite the criticism, he won the Europa League with us, and he finished third in the league. So when you look now, after what we've gone through with Graham Potter and with this and what we're seeing over the last 2 years where we're talking about 10th, 12th, 14th and all that, I think the Chelsea fans that attend the games at the Bridge are going to be a lot more flexible with Sarri this time round than they were before. And considering that he did win a trophy with us in the end and never came back to the Bridge after that, I think there is a little bit more respect. And I do think now there's more understanding, and Sarri has become more seasoned himself, because after Chelsea he went to Juve and won Serie A, ended up with Lazio, who he's with now, and he ended up finished second. He's in the Champions League last 16 now against Bayern Munich, so we'll see how his Lazio team do. But overall, and to be honest, with Lazio, much like I was talking about Mourinho with Roma, with Lazio, the spending's been a bit more, but it's not been a huge amount. It's been quite small as well. So this is what I'm talking about, Italian teams that are just restricting all finances. The coaches are having to deal with what they got. And Sarri has done that with Lazio. So you know what? Fair play. So when you take into consideration with what he could bring, I would take him. I would take him. So let me know your thoughts. Would you take Maurizio Sarri with this Chelsea team and these boys that we have now? People that are talking about the Jorginho position, you best believe, mate, Enzo is going to be his key. 100%. Enzo Fernandez will be Sarri's key if it were to happen. Without question. And there's one thing. We spoke about this in video number 1. If Sarri were to come back, please don't bring Kepa anywhere near this football club. I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing Kepa's managing the team instead of Sarri. Nah. That's not happening again, mate. That's not happening. No, I don't want Kepa the manager. We've had enough. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. Would you take Sarri or would you not? Let me know if you would or wouldn't in the comment section below. Much appreciated. Bit of news coming out of Ecuador in relation to Kendry Páez and Chelsea. Check this out. Chelsea are offering support to Kendry Páez during unrest in his home country of Ecuador that has included a wave of attacks carried out by criminal organizations. It's believed the club are paying for round-the-clock security for him and his family. The same support has also been offered by Chelsea to the family members of record signing Moises Caicedo, who still live in Ecuador. You know what? On this instance, absolutely fair play to Chelsea. They're doing this. Let's be honest. There's two things here. It's a good sentiment, and they're also protecting their assets here. So there's a case of, obviously, Caicedo, his family have to offer him the support. Kendry Páez, he's our player, but he's not playing for us yet. We have to offer him the support. But it's a nice gesture as well. It's nice that we have implemented that security in place, and it means that they are completely protected. What's going on in Ecuador is quite insane. What we've seen happen over there is outrageous. We're talking national television, big organizations, all that been hijacked by who they deem as the mafia. Unbelievable. Literally gunpoint live on TV. It's incredible what's happened in Ecuador. So obviously, even any Ecuadorians watching, thoughts are with you, and I hope all your families are okay. But Chelsea offering support to Kendry Páez and Moises Caicedo's family. Fantastic. That's the minimum that I think Chelsea can do, and they've done it. So fair play to the club for that. Let's move away. We'll talk about this latest from Julien Laurens about Benzema. Breaking! Karim Benzema is exploring his options in the January transfer window after 6 underwhelming months at Al-Ittihad, sources have told Julien Laurens. The Premier League could be an option for Benzema, with multiple clubs, including Chelsea, showing interest. Listen, if we can sell Broja for 50 million... You see, now this is where I'm okay with it. If you were to get rid of Broja, right, for 50 million, or even close to that, 50 million is a bit of a stretch. But if that were to happen, and then you bring in Benzema, okay. This is where I'm not against selling the homegrown talent if you bring me upgrades. If you bring me a player that's miles better, that's going to upgrade from the player that we've let go, who's from Cobham and that we've got a massive amount of money for, but we've got ourselves an upgrade in, they're fantastic. Cool. But the club have not been moving like that. At least in terms of experience that the team has needed. We've not done that. So you think of some of the experience that we actually had and we've let all that go. That's the problem. But with Benzema, whoa, okay. Yo. Now, like I said, much like Jordan Henderson has agreed to take a 75% wage cut, Benzema, mate, Benzi, Karim, Habibi, you need to do the same. In fact, no, you don't need to do the same. You need to do more. Because you're on £3.2 million a week. We can bring that down to 120,000 a week. How does that sound? It's incredible. No, look, we have to, if we're going to entertain this, he has to be logical here. He's not going to get that same money outside of Saudi. If you want the money, stay in Saudi. It's as simple as that, and just get on with your football. But if you genuinely want to move away, you're going to have to take a massive pay cut and just be happy with the money you have, basically, and go back to getting 200k a week, basically. That's going to be it. So if that is the case and it's possible, Chelsea, absolutely, please. Without question, please. It's Benzema. Of course you would. So go and get Benzema. Bloody hell. And we got so excited, I nearly threw my phone off the table. You know, talk about heart skipping a beat. Don't want to come on here and show you a smashed screen on my phone. Anyway, news from or news about the one guy that got me to start YouTube in the first place. Every time I see this guy, I always think back. I'm like, yeah, 2011, I was on your case. I was on your case. I was all over you getting sacked. I wanted you gone. And now we're like mates. Here's the latest on AVB. It's been a while I said that. Andre Villas-Boas has announced that he will run in the upcoming election to become the new president of Porto. See, I was right, man. Me wanting him gone all those years ago. He's not a manager. He's a politician. He's a politician. Listen, he's realised that management isn't for him. Happy days. I'm glad he's finally come to that consensus. We figured that out, 13 years ago? And now he wants to be the president of Porto. Fair enough. Good luck in that election. Honestly, I actually wish him the best. Go and smash it. And yeah, let's see if he ends up president of Porto. He'll be a young president of Porto, that's for sure. Much like he tried to be a young manager of Chelsea. So let's see if it goes right. But yeah, AVB. Good old AVB, man. Good old AVB. Good times. Good times. Anyway, that's that, and he's looking to be manager of Porto. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I've got nothing to say, basically, on that. If he wants to be president of Porto, if he doesn't, good luck. What does that mean for Porto? I genuinely don't know. He's never been a president before. I don't know what to expect. So there's nothing to analyse here. Just good luck, AVB. That's basically it. So, and to round off AFCON, big shout out goes to all the Namibians in the chat. In the comments yesterday after I'd done the video, I got an influx of Namibians coming in and going, oh my God, he spoke about my country. And the praise that I was giving Namibia. Now, absolutely, listen, this is the Africa Cup of Nations. There's no small country in this competition anymore. And massive shout out to Namibia and the way that they played. I thought they were phenomenal. I thought they were class. Very physical. And I put all those points across, and the comments were filled with all the love coming from Namibia. So shout out to all of you. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Maybe we play each other. Maybe we get Algeria and Namibia in the quarterfinal. Who knows? If you knock out Tunisia, who knows? So listen, today, Morocco. We had Morocco play against Tanzania. Shout out Goonie, man knows football. Unfortunately, he didn't watch the game, and it's a good thing he didn't, because it did not go well for Tanzania whatsoever. Morocco looked serious. They looked good, but they had things go in their favour. I'm very happy because I wanted them to win. So, Mabrok al-Maghreb. But with Morocco, they started off very well. I expected a very good first half, but I thought, you know what? The same thing that's happened to all the other big teams is going to happen to them as well. And it kind of did, but it didn't affect them because of the circumstances. And they were actually still playing decent. The first half, I felt like, was better in terms of performance. But the second half with, by the way, first half, Ziyech, class, Unahi, class, the goals that came as a consequence. Saiss got the first goal with a tap-in from the Ziyech free kick, and then from there it was just all guns blazing. The red card is what changed the game. Tanzania going down to 10, and you could argue it was maybe a bit harsh because he got a yellow card, and then the second yellow was basically him going in for a tackle, but then he brings his legs back because he realises that the ball's gone and I'm going to get the player here, but I'm going to try and restrict myself from hitting him, but the motion has taken him. He's pulled his legs back, and he's basically gone into the player, and the player's fallen down, and the ref has gone, second yellow, red card, you're off. And it can't go to VAR because it's not a straight red, it's a second yellow, so it's a yellow card offence, and VAR got nothing to do with that. So you could argue it's harsh, but from that point, Morocco just, thank you very much. Substitutions were made. I think they got the second goal. Player celebrating from the bench because he got subbed off. Yeah, they scored the goal. Player got subbed off. Then he started celebrating from the bench. And then the third goal went in, all guns blazing. It was done. Tanzania left too much space. And at that point, look, the three substitutions that were made, I think Ziyech got taken off, Unahi got taken off, and someone else got taken off. And it was a good place to be able to rest. Good time to be able to take players off, rest them. An hour's been played. Cool. Rotate a little bit. Bring the tempo a bit down. They got the third goal. Great goal. Tap in. Happy days. So Morocco, very straightforward game. Great performance. They so far, if we're talking so far in terms of performance, it's them and Senegal that have set the tone. But funnily enough, Senegal had the same circumstances. Senegal were playing against 10 men as well. So it's hard to really read in terms of which team has shown 100% yet. I don't think there has been. Or maybe the teams that have shown 100% are all the ones that have died off early because they just no energy. They've just gotten tired quick. You know, Nigeria, Egypt, Cameroon, Algeria, all of them. Whereas Senegal and Morocco winning comfortably, but they played against 10. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in the second match day kicking off from tomorrow. So let's see. Tomorrow's a big one, Ivory Coast, Nigeria. So we'll see what happens there. There's a game later on that's going to take place, and that's going to be, if I do get that up now, it's DR Congo against Zambia. That's what we're getting later. So we'll see what happens there, and I will let you know my thoughts in tomorrow's video. So thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to leave me your comments in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And I will catch you tomorrow for another one. So I'll see you then. Have a good one, people. Check out the socials on screen in the description as well. I'll see you tomorrow in a bit. Take care and peace.